Okay, back for another rant of the guru. It's been a while, it's been several months. Life has been a little hectic and busy these days. Tends to get busier during the summertime. Working in television, TV doesn't stop. Everybody watches TV, and nowadays everybody's streaming stuff, so that kind of work is always picking up in the summer times. What's been going on? Well, training is going well. I've still been squatting every day. This is now, I'm about to complete my 8th month of squatting every day, and still going strong, still liking it a lot. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the changes I've made adapting to the long term of squatting every day and what my thoughts are about it. I'm going to enter the 9th month soon, starting in September. And I've noticed a lot of changes in my body. Noticed my appetite increased tremendously, so you have to watch what you eat. Keep the carbs low. You know, maybe some things I noticed that when I stayed in keto, in a ketogenic diet, for the most part I stayed very strong and very lean, and I lost a lot of weight quickly. But after about a few months of that, I started to plateau in strength a little bit. So what I started doing was a carb refueling, or kind of like what they call an anabolic diet, where I would stay in keto for 5 days a week, and then on the weekends I would eat a little bit more carbs than normal, like 50 to 100 grams per meal. Not per meal, but per day. So that brought the strength back up. And the other thing I've been doing too is reducing the amount of weight on the squat bar, on the barbell, but working more pause squats. And I find that that's been very therapeutic. It's brought up a lot of weaknesses in the squat. So I won't go heavier than 80% of a 1 rep max or 75% of a 1 rep max. And I'll work pause squats all the way up to that max, and then I'll work pause squats all the way back down to just the bar. And I find that to be really, really good. My strength has gone up, my athleticism has gone up. So I highly recommend that to any of you guys that are squatters. I hadn't deadlifted in a while, and I pulled 315 with a sumo deadlift. I hadn't done that in months, and it felt pretty good. So I find that my deadlift does not suffer so much from squatting. I find that the squatting actually keeps me strong enough to pull. So I still enjoy it. I'm going to keep going with that. The only thing I've added to it is I've added Kong squats to the variation. I still do Zercher squats. I still do low bar back squats, kettlebell goblet squats, plus all the Silat leg training, the stance training, the kuda kuda. The goblet squats are nice. They help your mobility, and the Zercher squat is nice because it targets the anterior chain as opposed to all the posterior chain work. And the Kong squat's very interesting because it's sort of like a good morning squat, a good morning mixed with a low bar squat, or you know, a very low, below parallel type squat. And I like that a lot. You can look it up on YouTube, just Kong, K-A-N-G squat. Supposedly it's a Chinese Olympic weightlifting accessory movement. I like it a lot. It makes sense. And all this stuff is just, you know, a way to get stronger for my Silat and my Kutao. I find that it helps tremendously. So, and in terms of training, well, that's going well. Just continuing to train, still looking at the fundamentals, seeing what the Jurus have to offer, seeing what the Lankas, the footwork, and the platforms have to offer, and also looking at the Kuda Kuda from the Harimau Minangkabau, looking at what that can offer to my training. And I find it to be very, very useful to focus on 1 or 2 things at a time and just drill the hell out of it and make it alive. Test it with weapons, without weapons, test it empty hand, and do a lot of multiple attacker drills, that kind of thing. And also, one thing I've been working a lot with my students is once you're down, if you fall to the ground, you use the ground to fight or to get back up. And from the ground, you rise up into the attacks or into the counterattacks. That's been a hell of a fun thing to explore. Anyhow, for those of you that enjoy the Pentjak Silat, I want to let you know that October 13th, 14th, and 15th, Mahaguru Richard Crabb de Boards will be in Miami, Florida once again for a intensive weekend of Machan Hitam, which is his brand of Black Tiger Harimau Silat, based on his experience and his lineage from the Hanafi tribe. I enjoy training with Guru de Boards. He keeps it very real. The training is very intense, and I owe a lot to him. He helped me discover the purpose of strength and strategy and keep the Silat warfare driven, as opposed to staying like most people. They get caught up in the traditional stuff and the fancy outfits and the fancy uniforms. This has nothing to do with any of that. This keeps it as real as possible. So we enjoy that. He's going to be here again October 13th, 14th, and 15th. I highly recommend that you come. The 13th, there will be a testing evaluation, and it's open to beginners and all levels and all martial artists. You're welcome to come evaluate. The evaluation is think of it like a very hardcore training session where you're tested and you're pushed to the limits of what you can possibly do with yourself in terms of your Silat. And then the seminar itself, he'll probably go over some applications and some concepts and some strategies and some mindsets. Guru de Boards teaches a lot about the mindset of the Silat player, the Silat warrior. And I like that a lot, because what makes a Silat player strong is his mind first, and then his body, and then his overall technique. Technique is actually, it's important, but what's more important is you know how to turn your Silat on. And once it's on, then things start to happen, you know. So it's kind of like learning to use and tap into the parts of the brain that bring you back to that primal animalistic side that is solely concerned with survival. So again, he'll be here in town. Also, Babak Willem de Toires has the Sirach Symposium coming up in October. I believe it's the weekend of the 21st up in Colorado. I'm going to do my best to be there, and I know a lot of his guys will be up there as well. I'm pretty sure that's open to the public as well. And that'll be good, because then you'll get to explore and experience Uncle Willem's version of Sirach, which in my opinion is excellent. And it has a lot of the old traditional stuff that a lot of people have never really seen. And it stands on its own. You know, it's a lot of people are pretty much familiar just with Pentjak Paul de Toires or Mahaguru Victor de Toires. This is Uncle Bill has his own thing, and it's an incredible expression of the art. In my opinion, it's very complete. It's very destructive, and I think if you are truly a seeker of Sirach, you'll get a lot out of it. It's also very deceptive and also very animal, primal-like. You know, it covers a lot of monkey-type movements and understanding the internal aspects of the body, how to be very rooted and structured in any position. And I think that's a very good thing to study. Also, I think Babak Willem de Toires will be in Miami, Florida, either in November of 2017 or in January 2018. We haven't quite locked in the date yet, but I will announce that when that happens. And of course, that'll be intensive training as well. Other than that, I'm signing off because I have to go to work. You gotta go hunt and provide for your family, so that's a good thing. I wish you all the best, and I will be making some more videos soon. Those of you that are interested in training your Pentjak Silat locally in Miami, Florida, you know how to find me. You give me a call, 786-752-0052. We have classes Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. Private classes can also be arranged. And I hope to see you soon. Take care.